5,810 pounds. This is the Gray Wolf 26DBH double bunkhouse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And if at any point you like what you see, looking for more information like, hey, what are the tank capacities? How long is this thing? What's the price tag? I leave you a link for that right down here in the bottom in the video description. It says check for price and availability. Click that. It'll show you if we have her in stock and what we're asking with the current discount packages available on this critter. Which is funny, speaking of current, because this rolled in and I'm like, oh, this is such a popular model. We've had so many of these come through. I definitely already have the photos of this on file. I can just reuse those. And then I started looking and I'm like, there's got to be a mistake. I can't find this in my files. I can find all kinds of other Gray Wolves and Cherokees, but not this one. I started looking. When we sell out of something, naturally we call the factory to get some replacements coming in. Those replacements have been pre-selling before they arrive. People say, are you getting one in? When is it in? Can I put money on it to put my name first in line when it gets here? It took almost 10 months this year to actually have one of these in stock long enough for me to do what I'm doing right now. That's impressive. But it shouldn't surprise me coming from Forest River's #1 family of travel trailers on the market. That's a big statement. Forest River is obviously not a small entity. For this to be one of their most successful, literally the most successful thing in its class, that's a big deal. A lot of really smart little factors taper into that, like the fact that they're using, everyone looks at, oh, it's got that nice, you know, aerodynamic fiberglass nose. This is actually, if you listen, this is a full aluminum. It's actually 250% thicker than the sidewall aluminum. So the entire nose, there's two things. The entire nose is stone deflecting and it fights concavity from wind buffeting. It won't buckle in due to headwinds. Now, there's a this is a member of the Cherokee family, and there's one significant difference. Gray Wolves have above floor slide outs, whereas Cherokees have below floor slide outs. That may not mean much to you technically, but here's what it means in English. This has a completely carpetless interior, and the whole chassis can actually ride lower because they can use a different chassis setup on this. Whereas the I guess, air quote, Big Brother Cherokee, which is almost a functionally identical product, it will sit a little higher, but it has a different kind of slide box there. So they're two variations of the same thing. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and Cherokee said, we'll build both. So you've got the rear cargo rack back here. That's good for about a 250 pound capacity there. Ideal for kids' bikes and coolers and stuff like that. This being a bunkhouse, you probably got bikes going with you. Just lay them on, strap them down however you want. You do not need to take that spare tire off there. Amazingly, spare tires actually not standard on these. That is an upgrade. It'll be a cold day in Hades before we stock one of these without a spare tire though, because just like a health insurance plan, I hope you never need it, but buddy, I hope you got it when you need one. So interestingly, with the upgrade package we have on this currently, it actually has 2 outside showers, one on the other side, then one over here, but we'll get to that in a second. Both entry doors are friction hinged, and I hope the wind is not eating up the camera because it is a gusty sucker today. But you can see how this door, it really ain't flinching. It might wiggle a bit in the wind, but it's not going anywhere. So, like, my daughter's 6, and right now she's slamming car doors. And I did that when I was a kid, and my father goes, hey! You know, and I catch myself doing what my dad did. And it's funny how things come around. Well, kids flip doors open. They just fling them open. They have no thought of consequence or cost of repairs or anything like that. This is going to prevent that from getting damaged. Now, you've got a direct entry bathroom right here with a handy foot flush stool. So you also have deadbolt privacy, by the way. So, you know, you're not going to have to worry about somebody walking in on you while you're doing your business. Because that's awkward for everybody, obviously. That's not anything anyone wants to see. So that prevents that. But having the bathroom there and the little mini fridge we've included with the mini camp kitchen upgrade means that your refrigerator, your toilet, the two primary reasons people are in and out of the camper, they're handled outside. You don't have to track dirt through the trailer. Simple, easier. They've gone to a new style wheel on here. Really slick looking. I really like that little new aluminum style wheel on there. It's almost like a black aluminum-ish in a sense. So full on outside party wagon station going on here. Outside TV hookups with backlit blue glowing LED speakers, which is super cool. We've got blue LED lighting under the awning. It glows like crazy out here at night. That blue light glows like crazy. Down at the factory display where we went, they had a couple of these set up and it was getting dark when we left. It lit up like Christmas. It was awesome. Blue Christmas? Elvis song? Anybody? No? So this is the mini camp kitchen. This is not standard. Not every single thing we carry is going to have this on here, but we're going to put it on there where we can. Again, if we sell out of inventory and they have one sitting there that we can get our hands on, even if it doesn't have this, we're going to do it. So the one we have in stock could again be a little different. So what this does is under the kitchen counter, kind of behind the sink-ish, there's a chunk of cabinet space that's really awkward to get to. Well, Cherokee looked at it and said, what if instead of trying to do this from the inside, we did it from the outside? So they put Dad's medicine cabinet in here, a nice little college kid 2 cubic foot mini fridge. This does run on electric only, by the way, so you do need shore power hookups to operate that. Then they have a little slide out camp kitchen and grill here. Now, to kind of give you a sink setup in a small space, they equip this with a full second outside shower, which does have hot and cold water outlets, and a little, toss the dish aside sort of sink situation here. Now, when you're done, it slides right away, locks right up, and it's just simple, clean, and easy. It's there when you need it. It's gone when you don't. Very, very slick. And I do like the larger entry handle they're putting on here, too. Little solar prep plug. I've actually done a video on that. If you're just on YouTube, search our video channel for solar prep, and I'll explain what all that is and what it's not. Or just give us a call. God forbid you speak to a living, breathing human being. Everyone wants to believe that you can buy RVs from robots nowadays, and at some point, you got to pick up the phone and talk to people. So this is the natural mink decor. You make me feel like a natural mink. I don't know if that's what a natural mink really looks like. I'm willing to bet it doesn't. Frankly, I don't know what an unnatural mink looks like, but I digress. That doesn't matter. My point here is the one we have in stock could look just like this. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Once again, don't be afraid to call. You don't have to give us your credit score to have a nice, friendly phone conversation here, guys. We are easy, reasonable folks to work with. So, our hide-a-bed sofa here has a little middle section folding armrest, and that's sort of like a pretend theater seat, but it still folds down into a little bed, but it gives you a nicer place to sit during the day. Now, the big box chunk back here is actually storage you can get to from the outside. That's a classic Forest River move right there. They give you an outside storage box on the slide out itself. But I made sure the sofa doesn't stick out any further than the rest of the slide. Big windows in here too, and you see that those are full sliding panels for excellent light and airflow. And the light dark color contrast with windows, big windows, skylight, good LED interior lighting, it's obviously very nice and bright and comfortable in here. And we're not even to the bulk of the lighting yet. When we flip around, you'll see what I mean. Now above the slide, they have this cool neon blue LED accent light, which we have discovered from people that bought these and go camping. Like, oh my God, we didn't think about it. That's like the perfect night light, guys, because they say their kids can be in bed, mom and dad can close their sliding pocket privacy doors right here, and everyone can see just enough in the living room that they can get down and go in that bathroom without having to flip on all the lights and bother everybody. So they went with a full-size U-dinette in here, which in a half-ton towable camper, a lot of times you'll get the smaller 2-bench dinette. There is such a thing as a small U-dinette. This is the full, I guess, king size versus queen size U-dinette. We're getting to the point that we have to qualify even dinette sizes in this business, but be that as it may, this has the bigger one. Now, the kitchen counter, the bathroom counter, this tabletop, every tabletop or countertop type material is a sealed edge pressed membrane, spill-proof, waterproof type thing. So the kids got their blueberry bubble blast Kool-Aid jug right here. They drop that over and spill it. Well, I mean, it might drip down to your fabric a little bit, and you can't help that. That would happen anyway. But the tabletop will not sponge and swell and fail because there's no seam where that liquid can get in there and cause failures. One of the upgrade bundles, I think it's the limited package, but frankly, we've got 4 huge upgrade bundles on here, and we lump them all together every time, so I can't tell them apart. Has these huge 42-inch dinette drawers, and you'll see another one on the other side as well. You see that little silver handle staring at you. So, if you got somebody sleeping here, sitting here, eating here, whatever, if there's a person here, you don't have to tell them to get up, take the cushions off, pull up the board that you're sitting on. It's just easier to get to. Not to mention, This is a cool way to see what you're walking on, because this 5/8 plywood here is your flooring. This has 5/8 tongue and groove flooring. Because it's tongue and groove, it's interlaced, so the boards can't hop up and down when you're traveling down the road. Secondly, your wall construction. This has a best-in-class leading average 12-inch on center wall studs. There's a lot of meat on these bones. Industry standards is 16 inches. You do the math. There's a lot of structure going on here. Full walk-on roof. It's rated for like 2,800 pounds. A lot of weight. You can jump all over the roof. That's fine. You know, the big corner, double over double bunkhouse. Everybody and their brother builds this floor plan in some fashion or another. So, you know, that's why I put this video together to show you where the Grey Wolf shines uniquely and different. And I tell you, they have gone USB bonkers here, and I'm really liking it. There is a double USB plug by every sleeping space in this camper. Upper bunk, lower bunk, both sides of the master bed, even another set over there by the little sleeper sofa. And you don't have to throw Junior, or Miss Junior, as it were, to the upper, but what is it? Is there no such thing as Junior for girls? I don't know. So a lot of people go, why are these guys dumb? Do they realize that the door doesn't meet the ceiling? And no, they're not dumb. That's camping 101. That's been this way for a long time, and you should actually be pretty thankful for it, because they put a whole house servicing big max air fan in Cherokees. Every trailer does something better than something else. And what I will say Cherokee does is they do the best bathrooms in their class. They have the best in class bathroom. We're going to start here with a foot flush stool and lots of leg room, so a big tall guy like me doesn't need his face near his business, and I can actually stand up to get dressed when I get out of the shower. Protective shower wall paneling. You can save a buck by not putting that on there, but you could, in theory, water damage your own walls if you don't wipe them down with a towel when you're showering. And they also have a big skylight and the power vent fan, instead of trying to cheat and put the power vent fan over the shower. So there's that. LED lighting in here. They have a corner mounted, largest in-class medicine cabinet. I say corner mounted because it faces where you're going to be standing in front of the largest sink in this class with, again, waterproof countertops. That's like 6 things they do better than anybody else in one little space. That's 10 pounds of bathroom in a 5-pound sack. Storage. No such thing as too much, but it doesn't hurt to try. What I love about these updated Cherokees is they just have a literal pantry door. Just a real door to get you into all this sweet storage space. You can really pack a lot of stuff in here. I look down there, I'm like, that's just the perfect place for shoes right next to that door, then kick them outside. Maybe not literally, but you get the idea. Let me back up a touch, give you a view from this direction. I remember Grey Wolf is carpetless, so this is super easy to clean. Sweep it out, Swiffer up, and you're all done. So their countertop, again, being waterproof, they could undermount the giant like farmhouse style sink here, the big single basin sink. And I don't know if you're checking the thickness of that. It's serious, guys. It gets the job done. Now they recess the sink and the stovetop to give you max counter prep space in an area that you normally wouldn't have any. And this is 100% LED lighting. I've had people try to say, this has incandescent lights below that stovetop cover. And my answer is, it has LED lights under that stovetop cover. And I do like the little spark up with the stainless sink here, or stainless appliance bundle. Now, again, something they've done is they've recently updated to what they call the Cherokee Super Kitchen. And here's what this entails. The good stainless looking appliances. We have a real backsplash back here. Something you can actually clean, not just a cheaper wallpaper. They put a little bit bigger window in here, and it does open for cross breeze and ventilation. I talked about the recessed here, the waterproof, and the sink. Sprayer faucet. We've got the cool vertically beveled glass cabinet doors, and these are shockingly large, and here's the easiest way to determine that. We all know what this is. We all have seen these. We know they're about the size of a dinner plate, so that'll give you an idea of how stinking large these overhead cabinets are. Because they kicked the countertop out on a bit of an angle on the 45 here, it makes it very easy to get to that sink. I've seen some brands where it's like everything is flat, and you have to arch backwards with your head to try to like reach down to the sink. It doesn't make sense. You don't have to deal with any of that here. And there are outlets right there, as you can see, all kinds of lighting. They went light crazy there. They added some lights above the entertainment center in these late 17s. Super sharp stuff. Now, right when you walk in the door below the entertainment center, you've got the handy little shoe garage down there. And if you've never been camping, that doesn't mean much to you. But if you have a bunkhouse camper and you don't have one of those, I'll bet your paycheck that you have a big pile of shoes by the door, and you can go ahead and mail that to me. 81 Charles Street. So, again, we've got a great entertainment center. Now, at the time of this filming, we are not including TVs in our Cherokee brand campers, because what we've determined is that for equal or lesser money, we can get you the same size or better size TV of equal or better grade at the big box store of your choice. Target, Walmart, Amazon, whatever. So, again, we try every way we can to try to make sure you're getting the right deal on things. And the skylight letting in lots of light here, you see that you can close that right off there and, you know, not feel like an ant under a magnifying glass. I mentioned earlier they do have true pocket privacy doors here. They've upgraded their bedding in here. This is sharp. Now, I specifically left off all the lights here in this bedroom so that you could see that between these big windows and the nice bright light dark contrast, it's very comfortable up here. You don't have to crank on the lighting. Even with, like, if you're dry camping, you're good. Now remember, both sides of the bed have both USB and household outlets. So I don't care what device you have, it can operate right over here in this nice big stand, and there is storage below the bed. Everything you need, and maybe a little bit more. A little bit of fun and flash too. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, never